Could you believe it actually snowed last week?
Yeah, it's been super bizarre this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Aren't you the one that said last month that you felt like we skipped winter? You know, sometimes having a great memory isn't always a good thing. Hey, I'm not the one that said it. I'm just reminding you. While we're at it, why don't you remind us about what happened in March in the real estate market? You know, that's not a bad idea. Let's talk about interest rates because we really haven't seen too much action this year, which is a good thing. Having consistency in the market is great. It's great for buyers, it's great for sellers, and we've seen the interest rates consistently stay around 6.5% to 7%. What I will say is, remember in February, we saw very little change. It was basically identical. The only difference in February was we saw showings shoot up. Well, in March, we finally saw the after effect of that. Both in Dupage and Cook County, sales prices shot up in March, probably from all that activity we saw in February and people actually finally making offers on places, because the average sale price of a home in both Dupage and Cook County went up close to about $50,000 to $70,000. And not only did sales prices go up, but the time a house sat on the market also shot down. Specifically in Cook County, the average house sat on the market for 9 days less from February to March. So that's over a week we saw a house fly off the shelves. Dupage County was exactly the same. We didn't see any change in how long a house sat on the market. Very consistent in Dupage County. So it's still a seller's market here in the Chicagoland area. If you're a seller, price your house responsibly, please. Just because it's a seller's market doesn't mean a buyer's going to pay an insane amount of money for your house. So please price it responsibly. You're likely going to find a buyer pretty quickly. You're going to find great terms and great offer if you use a right agent to help you sell your property. So keep that in mind if you're looking to sell. You're likely not going to have to wait too long. If you're a buyer, it's the same thing we've been telling you the past 2 years. Be decisive, be assertive, and be quick. You're likely going to have one shot at that house that you're looking at if it just came on the market, because it is still competitive out here. So you're going to have one shot. Put your best foot forward. Keep in mind, if you're going to live in this house 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it's a few $1,000s really going to make a difference when you're in that house 5 years from now, if you're financially able to do it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at houses, and be assertive and making sure you're putting your best foot forward. If you want to keep up to date on what happens here in the Chicagoland market this coming spring and the summer market, make sure to follow along so you know what's happening here in your backyard and you can stay up to date on what happens as the year progresses.